Hello friend, welcome to Marine Engineering Hub. This is your narrator, Chief Engineer Ravi Gupta. Today is a part 2 of our axial piston pump. In today's video, we'll talk about how the axial piston pump is connected with the gear arrangement. After that, we'll talk about the sensor importance in the HPS pump. Then we'll talk about the automatic and manual mode of a HPS. Then we'll talk about how the leak detection system of the HPS work, and then we'll talk about that what are the different feedback in the HPS system. So friend, this video is going to be interesting. Please tune till last. I guarantee after watching this video you will have a clear knowledge of a HPS system. Friend, those who are watching this video for first time, I want to tell you Marine Engineering has a platform which makes video like this which will be beneficial for examination, oral and for interview. Those who want to take the membership, they can find the link in the description box. So let's start the today video of axial piston pump. So in part 1 I've talked about how the axial piston pump work and how the axial piston pump develop pressure. In part 2 we'll talk about how the axial piston pump basically leak detection takes place and how it follow the different mode. So this is actually the overall section of HPS pump. This is the body, this is a shaft, this is a ceiling with holder, this is a clip, this is a sauce bed arrangement, this is the main piston with cylinder, and this is the end cover, and this is the valve plate, and this is the relief valve arrangement, and this is the swilling panel for the sauce plate. The axial piston pump in compact version look like this. This is a discharge side and this is a suction side. In this axial piston pump, though the discharge and suction is remain fixed, though the direction of rotation change. How this is possible? It is possible because of the sauce plate arrangement. This sauce plate changes the direction, and based on that help this suction and discharge is able to be remain fixed and pump is able to develop the pressure. For detailed knowledge you can tune to the part 1. I have explained that. Now let us talk about this system. Now as I have told you that the HPS pump are mainly engine driven. Now there is a two part through which it is going to get. Now this is the gear end which is connected to the main engine drive, and normally as I have told you the drive is 12:1 step up gear arrangement. So this part is taking drive from the gear which is through a step up arrangement from the main engine flywheel. Now this is getting step up, and this is the part which is rotating the pump and helping to develop pressure around 200 to 300 bar. Between these two parts there is one joint. This is called safety joint. The purpose of safety joint is that in any case, suppose the pump end get jammed or have any locking system locked, or it get jammed, in that case it may damage the gear end. To prevent the damage to the gear end, this safety joint will shear off from this point. This is called weak link, and because of this the gear end will be saved from getting damaged because of a jam axial piston pump. So that is the importance of this safety joint which is fitted in this HPS system. Now the sensor of HPS pump, normally here low pressure sensor is fitted, suction low pressure sensor is fitted. When the lube valve pump is running, it will show a pressure of 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 bar. Now suppose there is sudden blackout, at that time this pressure will fall down. This will be sensed by this sensor which is here. Now this sensor will sense that if the pressure of all the pump is falling, in that case it will initiate a shutdown which is gonna shut down the system. So that is the importance of sensor which is fitted here. These are the delivery valve non-return type which are fitted here, which can be seen in this diagram here and here. Now there are two modes in a HPS pump. One is the automatic mode and one is the manual mode. In automatic mode, basically here you can see there is a 4 pump which is engine driven and 2 pump here which is electrical driven. Now this electrical driven pump will help the engine to start, and when the engine run up to 15% of MCR, it will be taken over by this engine driven pump. The engine driven pump in automatic control will have two modes, pressure control mode and the follow mode. The one pump will be control mode and other will be the follow mode. Now let us understand how it works. Now suppose the number one is on control mode and other in follow mode. So what will happen? Suppose I have moved from half ahead to full ahead. At that time the load increases. That certain load increases, it means that there is a demand of increase in hydraulic pressure. So increase in hydraulic pressure, it means that the percentage of source plate need to be increased, that is 50 to 60 or 55%. So what will happen? Whenever there is a demand increase in RPM, there will be demand increase in the hydraulic pressure. That will be sensed by the control pump. Whichever the pump is control mode, that will be first sensed, and it will go from, suppose this pump is running on 50, it will go to 54. Now it will go to 54. Based on the 54, the other pump which are in follow mode will follow the same 54 percentage and it will go to the 54 percentage. After that, this pump will remain in this 54 percentage and the control pump will come back again to its normal value, that is the 50%. So it means that the initial shifting of a load, whenever there is a change in load, that will be sensed by the control pump, and that control pump will react to this change in load, and that reaction will be mimicked by the follow mode. And when the follow mode has reached to a certain point, in that time the control mode will set its load to the follow and it will return back to its normal value. So that is the importance of a automatic pressure control and follow mode. Now in manual mode, what is happening? The full system is controlled in manual mode. It means that depending upon the increase in RPM, the increase in hydraulic pressure will be adjusted manually by the controller. Full. Okay, it means that I will increase to 55%. So based on that, I will see the hydraulic pressure. Okay, is increasing. Okay, so I will keep it like that. Like that, it will be on that. There is no control mode and there is no follow mode. Now, leak detection in the HPS system. So what is happening? This whole system is basically Servo oil HPS system is basically a foolproof leak detection system. It means if any case of leakage is there, it will be detected very easily. How? Basically what is happening, there is an enclosed box is there. That box, in this box the whole HPS system is there. Now if there is any leakage, that will be collected in this box and it will drain through this pipeline and it will come to this pot. This pot is basically a look like this thing. It will have a two alarm at two different level. The lower level will have a sensor. Will have these are two level sensor. The lower level sensor, when it getting filled, above it will raise an alarm and it will pop in the MOV panel. Okay, that HPS leakage detected. Now suppose after some time, if the alarm reaches this level, in that case a cancelable shutdown will be activated, and if you are in a navigation restricted zone, in that case you can cancel that shutdown, so that to prevent shutting down of engine. So basically it will look like this. This is the box where the HPS system will be enclosed. From here the oil will get drained and it will collect in this pot, and in this pot there are two sensors. If the oil leakage is in such a high flow rate that it is reaching the top of the sensor, in that case a cancelable shutdown will be actuated, and that also need to be reset, can be reset after rectifying the leakage. Now this is the engine driven HPS pump. This is the pilot valve for the sauce plate control. Whenever the proportionate control valve actuate based on the ACU, that will allow the pilot valve to flow the oil in such a way that it will help the sauce plate movement. That will be checked that whether based on the ACU signal the proportionate control valve has given signal or not. That will be checked by the feedback pilot valve, and the proper execution of a sauce plate is being done is checked by this feedback sauce plate. These are the various sensors which are provided through which we can test the proper functioning of the system. So friend, if you learned something in this video, please to subscribe and don't forget to share. Friend, if you are watching the video till end, I guarantee you that if you take the membership, you can find a lot of video which are yet to be released, which will be beneficial for examination purpose. Thank you friend, have a good day.